Welcome to the One More Thing Tech Podcast, everybody. This is Season 2, Episode 20. Quasi. You know, that's a lot of episodes.
This is true. That makes a total of 72 episodes.
72. That's more than like some shows I'm watching right now.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Man, this is great. It's been an awesome run. And I'm not saying we're like ending. That's not what I'm saying here. I'm excited that we're stepping up to the Season 2, Episode 20 era today. And, you know, a lot more to come. So it's really, really awesome and wonderful. I just want to get started by saying, Quasi, that something happened that I never seen ever. And I have to give them props because it's just something I never expected to see from this specific company. Let's dive into that, Quasi.
All right,
so,
tell us about it.
I heard rumors of this in the past 3 or 4 months. Didn't want to say anything because I didn't believe them until there's an official release of this information. Epic Games has officially announced they're going to support Linux soon with the Epic Games launcher, which is great news for people like me that have a Steam Deck.
Just great news, great news. All right, you guys can stop now. Thank you.
I just never thought this was ever going to be a thing, Quasi. Now, I should clarify, this does not automatically mean that Fortnite and Rocket League are going to be supported on Steam Deck. Now, It just logically seems to me if they're going to make your store available for Steam Deck, and you are the developers of those games and own the rights to those games, that it only makes sense that you would also do that with your anti-cheat as well. So they're in the right direction. They're not solely just solving all the problems now, but they are doing a lot better. Now, I will say, this is kind of some pressure that they received from GeForce Now, right, and the GOG store as well. That's also getting things ported over to Linux. 10 years ago, Quasi, this was never even a discussion, right? We never even heard of a game company or a launcher or anything being compatible with Linux because it's just something that people will just tell you, just go to Windows. Why are you even bothering with this? Like, this is not where you go to game. Right? That's just what everybody says. But, you know, and I was one of them too. I'm like, just go to Windows. Stop messing around like that. That's like for the hackers and stuff. Like, no, just stop. But as I got a Steam Deck, everything changed, as you guys have heard me say several times. What makes me so happy about this, Quasi, is there's hope that, because I didn't buy those on Steam, that I can play them on my Steam Deck. Instead of going this like really weird kind of method to get them on my Steam Deck. I won't say exactly how to do it. It's not illegal. I did purchase those 2 games. But it's hope that I didn't think we were going to see. Quasi, do you have any initial reactions to this?
Yeah, I mean, obviously this is a step in the right direction, you know, because the Epic Games Store was on the other big 2 operating systems with Mac and Windows both having their own version of the Epic Games Store. So now that we're seeing the launcher being ported over to Linux, it's just, you know, it's a great thing. And in addition to that, we're seeing NVIDIA's GeForce Now going to be launched on Linux, and we're wondering, is that, you know, some sort of competitiveness, right? Is that the reason? Or is this like Tim Sweeney just woke up and he was like, you know what? I've upset Adam in the past. I'm going to do right by Adam today, right? And I wouldn't think that's crazy to say. Like, I think that might be exactly what he was doing. So
it's the only reason. Well, I think if you look at the numbers now, the numbers of people that play on Linux for gaming has greatly increased from what it was 10 years ago. And it's because of these portable devices. You have the Steam Machine, Steam Deck, upcoming Steam Frame, stuff like that. And with that success exceeding what everybody thought in the industry, there's now a category of gamers that are left out, right? And when it comes down to it, if you're a smart company, you would conform to this group of people that do want to play your games, do want to experience your hardware, to change the smallest of things to let this work. It's not that you had to remake the entire game. It's not that you have to restructure your whole entire company for this change. There's a game company, Quasi, called Pearl Abyss, that within a week's time changed a game to be not supported on Linux to now supported and deck verified. If that can happen in less than a week at the company with a game like Crimson Desert, there's no reason why any other place can do the same thing. It's not a humongous change, and really in this case it's like the anti-cheat software, right? If they put that with the Activision games, right? For instance, GTA 6 and stuff like that, and you had the option to play on Linux, not just on the handhelds but in general, that's a huge step forward, right? Now you're expanding your market of people that are going to buy your game. You're now going to broaden your horizons of just not just the OS side of it, but the hardware side of it too. And it's just the right direction for anybody to go to. And I encourage not just Epic Games, but everybody, excluding EA, to do the same thing.
Did you say excluding or?
No, including.
Oh. Yeah,
I just want them to also... There's rumors that they're doing it, but there's not really an official announcement yet. And I'm just letting you know, it's a great time to do it this week. It just really is. Why? Because it is. That's really all I'm trying to say. So, this is something that shocked me, and I will publicly say on this podcast, Tim, if you are listening by chance, and this is the reason why you did do this because of what I was trying to tell you earlier, I'm glad I got through to you. Let's have a chat about this. I kind of want to know what your reasons behind this and why you're just conforming like you should have done in the first place. And if you want to come to this podcast and discuss this with us, please do. I cannot wait for that discussion. I won't bash you publicly, I promise. You've
already bashed him publicly multiple times.
Good job. Good job, Tim. Now just bring these games over bring Fortnite and Rocket League over, and you will see success that you never dreamed of. That's what I'm saying. Any last comments with this, Kwesi? Because this is, to me, just huge, huge news.
I'm just so confused.
I was saying, do you have any more comments before we go to the next one?
Yeah, you said that, and then like the way you left off on "this is huge," I was like, oh yeah, he's continuing this sentence. But no, I mean,
no.
This is good news. I'm on Mac right now, so it doesn't affect me nearly as much. But still, if you're a Linux gamer, this is big news because Epic Games, whether you like them or hate them, they do have a lot of the most popular games on the internet, like Rocket League and Fortnite, and some others. I think EA's Guardians of the Galaxy, or no, I don't think it's EA's, but I think the Guardians of the Galaxy's game is on there, which I heard is pretty decent despite the Avengers game supposedly being terrible. But I really want to play that Avengers game. I've never gotten the chance to.
As I kind of mentioned to you, I've recently got into Crimson Desert. They have no business being that good of a game. It is tremendous. Person I know, just quickly, is at like less than 15% progression, right, of the campaign, has over 200 hours in it. Wow. If that gives you any indication. And with their own custom game engine and I thought it was a movie when I watched the trailer. I mean, it looks so good. It's insane how good this game looks and is. And just because of like people in Discord saying this will never work on a Steam Deck, it can't be possible. Then they made Deck Verify like the next day. Come on now, that's just awesome. I like the way they approach how they develop the game, how they fix things, and having 41 updates since launch. It's just 41. I don't know how you do that. Like.
That's a lot.
I'm not saying the game is so botched that they require all this. Like, they fixed some things, of course, but they added features, and they're not done yet. Like, they have a roadmap, and they're 3 months ahead. Like, it is... If you never looked at Crimson Desert, look into that. It is... I showed Kwesi today, and he's still trying to gather his thoughts. Like, it's so good.
It looks pretty good, yeah.
It's... Man. It's... Okay. We should go to the next one, Kwesi, before I get on a tangent.
All right.
And get away.
Let's hit it. So this next topic, we're going to go back to being an Apple podcast. Apple's proposing a commission of 15% for all App Store purchases in the U.S. So if that makes sense, they're trying to. Go ahead.
I think you're off the list.
Oh,
off the
am
order.
I? Is it
That's
the
okay.
Tim Cook one instead? No, let me go to the Tim Cook one.
Sorry.
So Tim Cook appeared on a CBS interview, and in his final weeks as Apple CEO, he said that he hopes to be remembered as a good and decent man. And Tim, you were right. He said, "quote
You are.
In my view, your legacy is described by others, not yourself. And I hope that people will say I was a good and decent man. And if they say that at the end of the day, I'll feel like I've achieved something." And Tim, can I just have a heart-to-heart with you real quick? I've been following Apple since I turned 5, right? Or actually, that's a lie. Whenever the iPhone 4 came out, I've been following Apple since then. I might have been 5 around there. I just can't remember what year it was. Anyhow, you took over around, the iPhone 6, iPhone 7 era. And from that point, you've just done some wondrous things. You've introduced the Apple Watch. You've introduced AirPods, both of which are daily carries for me and Adam. You've introduced the MacBook Neo. You've introduced an iPhone SE. And I guess now it's the iPhone E. But you've just done so much for this company that even though I don't work there, as an outsider looking in, I do believe that you'll be remembered as a good and decent man. Probably even more than that.
Yeah.
So, props to a great career, right? We love you, and we hope you enjoy your pseudo-retirement on the board of directors. Adam,
Yes.
do you have anything you would like to say to Big Tim?
Yes. He's an inspiration in a lot of ways to how he approaches things that people just don't think about. People might say out loud that Apple doesn't innovate. Apple doesn't think of things first. They don't go out and make something that everybody wants. They kind of just step back and do their own thing. And to those people, you're not looking at the whole picture. So just because you do something first does not mean it's the right way to do it. And oftentimes, what I see in the industry, the people who do it first don't do it right the first time. There's iterations of this, and there's upgrades, and there's, the third or fourth version is actually what you want to do. What Apple does very well, typically, is when they finally go up to bat for a certain kind of product, they just make it the Apple way that you're not worried about certain things. I don't worry that, oh my gosh, my phone battery is going to expand, blow up. Let's say something really stupid to it, right? You don't worry about the OS having treacherous features and buggy things in this, besides Apple Intelligence to begin with. And you just kind of have that, anybody, like your grandma could just pick it up now and figure it out without you showing too much. You might show enhancements and other features, but the initial, usage is so easy for them. The way that Apple approaches things is it just works, as I said before. And one of the things I've noticed is from the Steve Jobs era to the Tim Cook era, he's carried that legacy in a lot of different ways. And his approach to things and how they get things out and how they just have that touch is still inspiring to this day. It really is. And I can't see myself switching to an Android device anytime soon whatsoever, right, or at all. It's just that extra delicate touch, the support teams, the overall, from the person you see at the Apple Store to the support guy, it's just a great experience. I feel like I've known him for years, and I feel like that I just have that overall calm when I get that. And Tim's made that experience in little subtle ways that people don't realize. And the way he approaches teams, I don't think I hear people at Apple say, he sucked.
I don't know, there might be somebody saying that.
Maybe there is. But and I'm not saying that he doesn't say no to people. What I'm saying, though, is he's not like a, slave driver that kind of does, you better stay here until 4 in the morning to finish this before we had to, announce it tomorrow or whatever, right? Like, I don't know if he was doing all that stuff. What I'm saying, though, is the way he approaches each and every detail of a product launch is just, to me, fantastic. And when you see him come out for a keynote, he truly believes in what he's about to talk about. And that's what makes him unique in what he does. And people try and mimic that, like in other keynotes and stuff like that. But the way Tim does it is just unique. And I hope that John, coming forward, can have that same energy. Like Craig Federighi has that energy, right? I seen that with Steve Jobs, but there was times I think that Steve didn't believe what he was talking about, only because of various probably things in the background. But Tim has, well, I'm going to launch this, I'm going to talk to you about this thing. I believe in it. And that's not something you see in every CEO's kind of vision for things. And Tim, I have to you because of how you did each and every little thing to make the experience for me and everybody else fantastic, and continue to do so. It's seamless. It works great. And that's what I like about it. So, great job, Tim. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, great job. Okay, can I take the second one? Because I already started that.
Sure.
Like, I just feel like I left everybody on a cliffhanger. So Apple's proposing a commission of up to 15% for off App Store purchases in the U.S. And so if this makes sense to you guys, or let me try to make sense of this for you guys. So they're proposing a commission rate for any purchases made off the App Store, suggesting 15% for standard apps, 10% for specific programs and renewals, and then 5% for small business apps. And then the company is arguing that these rates are are making it more competitive and allow it to recover compensation for its services. And even though we've seen that they have an ongoing court order that's requiring them to allow alternative payment methods, they still submitted this proposal because obviously, the second those alternative payment methods come in, there's going to be a bit of a, loss in revenue for the company, right? Because believe it or not, Apple makes a butt ton of money off of your in-app purchases, right? And we've seen some people not be too happy about that. We've seen some people try to get that changed, which is the ongoing lawsuit right now. So, Adam, do you have any thoughts on this?
I do. It just seems to me like this kind of proposal, although it's kind of fair in a sense, I don't know if companies are going to like this, because if their idea is not to have Apple take a cut of it and they can do their own processing, for instance, like Epic Game Store, GOG, I don't know, Netflix, stuff like that, they're not going to be happy by the guy give them at least 15%, or 5% if it's this or so on, right, from their proposal. And I just feel like that what they'll do to combat this is just say, purchase this subscription or in-app purchase off of Apple devices and services, like, for example, Fortnite. Buy it on the website of Epic Games or whatever, right? And not go through the app. So, which is what people are doing now. Netflix does that right now. You cannot purchase a Netflix subscription through the App Store. You have to do it on the website, right? So, does that mean that that's their go-to solution to get around this? Or are these rates good enough where they'll just cave and say, you know what, it's time to finally let Apple get some money because they're offering this product and service in a sense, so I can even have this on this device. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, although it seems reasonable, I think people are going to be still upset about this and just completely go around this to combat their IAP transaction fees. So, and convincing the Supreme Court in Europe, by the way, to agree to this is going to take more than just this proposal. They're going to need to get some good convincing and maybe some payoff or whatever. Do you think, Kwesi, that this proposal is going to be immediately accepted, or they're going to push back?
Honestly, I believe that it's going to be pushed back on because, first and foremost, we've already seen that Apple trying to take a cut of money is what's led to lawsuits in the beginning. Right? So,
But see,
I
they've
don't
been
expect
doing
that
this.
to change.
This is the single reason why this is silly. It's not like, for instance, Epic went into agreement with Apple, and they just all of a sudden, in the middle of the agreement, made this change. It's how it's always been, and they just got sick of it because they weren't making enough money. Making less money is not terrible than making no money, which way you're doing right now.
This is
That's
true.
what I'm trying to say. So like it just comes down to greed. Now, is Apple getting a good chunk of it? Yes, but still the majority goes to the developer, which it should. But you're also on a platform that has to offer the services in place and hardware to do just this, right? If you like to play Fortnite on an iPhone, okay, now Apple has to make an iPhone. They had to make the App Store. They have to do this, and it's not a free service, right? It's ongoing cost. So I'm not trying to justify this transaction. What I'm trying to say is overall, it's just one of those things that you would think there could be someone that agrees with something instead of all the nonsense. I don't know. And I think that this is only going to cause more and more people to get upset, right?
Perhaps.
Apple's not backing down. That's what I'm trying to say. So, what are your thoughts, Quincy?
Yeah. Like I was saying, I agree with you that Apple's not going to back down, but also I don't think other companies are going to back down either, right? The most important thing is if let's say, hold on, I need to think of a game developer that's not actually in this lawsuit. Let's say I'm 2K Sports, right?
Okay.
And Quasi wants to buy a VC, all right? If Apple's taking a 10% cut off the top, I can no longer give Quasi that 10% discount on VC and incentivize him to purchase more VC, if that makes sense. All right? So it's I definitely don't see any company just wanting to give Apple back that money, especially because, like I always say, what's the company there for? It's there to make money. So very unlikely that we see them not push back and fight this with everything they have, if that makes sense. Hello, Adam? Adam, are you muted?
Oh, I mean myself. Sorry.
Oh, yeah,
I get that
wonderful.
side of it, for sure. But you have to, as a business, understand that.
I'm going to be right back. I'm going to go blow my nose. It's getting
Best luck to
stuffy
you.
for some reason.
I guess what I'm saying is, I get that side of things, but like, to my understanding, there isn't like a proposal from these companies to say to Apple, okay, you're at 30%. That's a bit expensive, right? In the sense of where I'm losing. Can we do 20%? There's not like negotiations to even combat this a little bit so it makes sense for both parties. It's Epic and other companies are telling Apple, we want you to have 0%. We want all of it. It's our game. And they're not being fair for the whole entire industry. And that's what makes no sense to me, is you have to go both sides of the spectrum and look at the developer plus the platform it's on. And until you realize that and look at both sides of it, that's where it needs to be a fair game. Instead of just saying, oh, we got to have to do this and this alone. Quincy, I was basically telling them is, to me, they're looking at it a one-sided way, essentially, and saying we want Apple to get 0% and not any percent. But they didn't negotiate saying, how about 20%, right? Or whatever. So back to this entire, I guess, normal article that we see here. I think this proposal, there's no reason why Apple cannot. I understand there's going to be pushback from this, but maybe this will work out, and we'll see. But I just don't know if that's something that people are going to be agree with overall. I think they should probably take these change of percentage rates and put them on their current platform and see if that makes a better response from developers. Don't do the external side of things. because you're not going to make money from that if there's always ways around it. Change those rates on your internal in-app purchase system and see if that has better response rates. I'm trying to say. Any thoughts, Quasey?
No, I think you summed it up pretty well. With that last part. Do you want me to take the next one too? Don't even worry, I can take the next one.
Well, I was just reading what the Epic Newsroom said about this, so their one's kind of saying this. And of course it's them, but like I get what they're trying to do at the same time, but they're not trying to be fair for both sides. They're just trying to be fair for one side only. That's not fair, right? Okay.
I don't know. I feel like it's not completely unfair for Epic Games to not want to give Apple back that money that they just won in a lawsuit. You know how expensive legal fees are? They've got to recuperate that cost at some point.
But VC for Fortnite's also making them great money too, so,
This is probably true.
Just saying. Okay. One of the things that's for years been discussed is the iPhone users getting upset of the Android users with the green bubble. You couldn't use rich features that iMessage offers when you reach out to someone that has Android. With RCS, that is now in iOS 27, that me and Quace have been testing out, it's more and more like what we are used to every single day. Huh?
I was supposed to update mine last night. I've been kind of holding off on updating mine, but let me do that right now.
Are you in beta 6?
No, I'm not on beta 6. I'm on whatever the it's actually telling me beta 4. So I'm not entirely sure.
Are you on public or in
I definitely
dev?
switched to public not too long ago.
That's why. Yeah, that's okay. Okay. But we have great features, Quasey, that in RCS, it's not full-blown RCS yet, but it's a good chunk of it. And if you want to have this turned on, when iOS 27 comes out, immediately turn it on. Because it needs to be turned on, which is under Settings, Apps, Messages, RCS Messaging. And just turn that thing on. It gives you features that's more and more like iMessage. You can do responses with emojis. You can see the read receipts and not read. You can see more and more things like iMessage that brings it all together. And realistically, I kind of wish that this wasn't a battle at all. I just kind of wish that all the features were for everybody, and we'd be fine with that, right? Do I have to barrage people that are green bubbles? I shouldn't have to, right? I mean, they made a poor choice, and they know it, not to get an iPhone, so let's just not make them feel worse. Let's give them some features that we've had for years and, enjoy a little bit. So I guess the point of this is
inclusion.
Enjoy these features and make them feel a little more welcomed into the people that have iPhones.
Or don't.
Thoughts, Quasey?
That's fine, too.
Or
Hold on,
don't.
I gotta sneeze.
Okay. While he's doing that...
Sorry, guys. Just a lot of issues with my nose today. But, yeah, I mean, obviously this is good news for everybody, especially the guys who all get kicked out of your group chats because of being an Android user. Actually, if you're an Android user and you have a lot of friends who are all on, like you have a friend group and most of them have iPhones, and you're like, I wonder why my friends and I don't have a group chat. They do. You're just not in it. Let me make that very clear. I'm also one of the people who has unfortunately had to cut friends out of the group chat just to keep the bubbles going.
Or you just start a new one and just kind of like phase out the other one.
Yeah,
I've been there.
Yeah, that's exactly what we do actually.
Yeah.
Or like we'll make like an Instagram group chat for you so you can talk to us on Instagram, but don't expect me to change my entire huh?
I guess I've never been in a group chat on Instagram. It seems interesting to say the least.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
Especially with their lack of security that we talked about not too long ago.
Yeah, they did make it very insecure as a reason. But
why?
Couldn't tell you why. Just for the fun of it, I guess.
That's just not the first place I would go to for a group chat, to be honest with you.
It's just convenient because I send a lot of reels, so.
Yeah, but you can send a reel in iMessage.
Yeah, but you know how much longer that takes? It's a two-step process
Okay.
on the thing,
Okay.
but then you switch to iMessage, and all of a sudden you need to copy link, type in the name of the person you want to send it to. God forbid it be a group chat, and you can't remember the group chat's name because they want to
There's
change the
that.
group.
And it
Look,
changes.
I
That's
actually have a
exactly
little
it.
bit of a quarrel with my current friend group chat because hold on, let me go find out. I had to pin it because they would always change the name, and then I just couldn't find it.
I
Right
wish you
now,
could
it's
just,
called
if
No
you started
Fun
a group
Zone.
chat, be nice. It's if you start the group chat and then now you're the only person that can actually change it, you know?
Yeah, I just don't know why
I would
I'm
like
not
that.
the only person that can actually change it on iMessage. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, me and my friend group have been talking in this group chat since last year, and we did have a friend without an Android, but he stopped getting invited to events. It's not his fault. he just he wasn't in the
Kind
group
of
chat. So
is.
don't be a social outcast, right? Wow, that sounds really mean, but like genuinely, like you guys are gonna have to get your act together and get a whatchamacallit, an iPhone. It's just very important. I'm trying to help you guys out, you know. I'm not trying to be that guy, you know. I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but it's gonna be very hard for you to move on with your life. Wow, maybe not move on with your life. That sounds. I don't. Let me stop talking. Go ahead, Adam. It's all you.
As you can see, this is still a thing that people, deal with on a constant basis, and
I can confirm.
maybe just be aware of that. And if you're all of a sudden getting less people reaching out to you, maybe there's a reason why. And I don't know, join, I guess, Instagram Reel group chats or something else. Like I don't know. I kind of think I'm over it myself. I'm like, yeah, I used to be people that just bash people that had Android. But I kind of stopped because there's just
You
no
just
helping
decided to
people.
be a good person.
You just can't help them, Quasey. I guess, right? The fight doesn't have to continue.
Truly is
So,
unfortunate. You can't save
make the-
everyone, they say.
I guess transparency and competition's welcomed, but makes me appreciate my iPhone every single year. That's all
I agree.
I gotta say. So, okay, next topic, Quasey. So Ted Lasso, as you guys know, I've talked about before. If you've not watched this show, watch it. Like, start today, right?
He's
So
a big
good.
fan.
Huge fan, and season 4 has arrived. Now, what's kind of interesting is I am waiting to watch the second episode, season 4, until the third one comes out, because I know I'm going to want to watch the next one right afterwards. It's very good, the very next season. And I watched the first episode, and it is ranked the highest, by far, show on Apple TV Plus,
Wow.
with 296.6 million views in the first hour or two of being released.
Oh, wow.
It comes out at 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning. That's dedication for a TV show, let me tell you, because it's gonna be there when you wake up. Otherwise, right? It's not gonna be not there. Hopefully, right?
Yeah,
So-
it'd be kind of terrible if it just got cut off the air.
Super good show. Just the enthusiasm and positivity of Ted Lasso is an inspiration to me as well. He watches the show, he goes through a lot, right? And he goes through a lot of no one believing in him, and that he's a loser, he's useless. His intention of even being there was to fail to begin with, right? And you have that kind of story of okay, Queeks is going to pull up this picture, okay, of this little show grab thing, right? And the enthusiasm and happiness you see right here is like him throughout the whole time. And he has some downtime, right? He has times where he's not in up spirits. But what I'll say is he pushes through. His perseverance is an inspiration to us all. It's kind of like it makes you have that feel-good moments. And it's not all about soccer, right? So what I got to say is that if you're not a soccer fan, this is a overall fantastic show that gives you a good little spin on how life can throw things at you and how you can respond in a positive way. And that's Ted Lasso.
Nice.
It's so good. Quasi hasn't even watched yet, but he
I
has
have not.
promised he's
There's
going
a
to
lot of
watch it.
shows that I need to watch, guys, but
I'm behind
you know,
too a lot.
unfortunately, I spend a lot of my time. Not even just like I wish I could say I spend a lot of my time playing games, but no, I'm just always busy doing something. So
Man, I get it. It's the same. It's the life stuff. You got responsibilities now. It's just
this
how it
is
is.
really unfortunate.
I
Yeah,
understand.
I
Like
miss
I'm trying to
being
play some games.
irresponsible.
I'm watching Reacher, another great show.
Oh my goodness,
gosh.
I can't wait to watch Reacher season 4.
You haven't started yet?
No, I don't have time. I don't think I finished season 3. Like I think I have 2 episodes left of season 3.
Oh, it's so good. It's good.
Like
He's a great actor, that Alan Richardson dude. Like seriously.
hey, did you see when he punched that guy on the bike?
Yeah. I
And
did.
then he like posted to his Instagram, "Don't be like talking before you know the whole story" or something like that. And then it came out that the guy like attacked him and his sons. And then that guy was just like, it was impossible for that guy to have any fans.
I'm not just trying to side with Alan completely because just what he does, that's really good.
Right.
What I'm trying to say is, why would anybody on this earth
Ever provoke him?
go up to like the human Hulk and just try to piss him off?
He's
Like you're
just a
just
behemoth,
asking
like-
to get your face removed. Like I don't get that. And I know, and he has said several times, he's not a person that's like he cannot wait to just beat someone down. He's not someone that does that. He just likes to stay in good shape and whatever, right? He's not trying to be like Macho Man. That's what he wants to do, right? So, like, he's not intentionally like John Wick level crazy, like I want to kill everybody, right? But there's no way that when you piss off someone good enough, and the guy who plays Reacher, by the way,
Yeah.
that doesn't come out at him, right? The man's going to turn to a Reacher and just be like beat you senseless. And why would you want to be on the receiving end of that? Why would you want to provoke that? So it just seems like it was silly to me. Like, I think that what should have happened is Alan should punch him through his helmet so hard that his nose more than tickled, right?
Oh, wow.
Well, like, he almost ran him over.
He did.
Like, come on now. It wasn't that, like...
That guy created a very dangerous situation.
Sorry. I said that backwards. He almost clotheslined him from on his bike. Right? That's not good for almost anybody. Why would you... I don't get that. There's probably more that we don't really know through the whole story. What I'm saying that was senseless, and why? Why would you do that? If you really had a complaint about what he was doing, you call the police, let them handle it. Don't
This is true.
try to like punch
Don't
him
go
off
put
his
yourself
bike.
in a terrible decision like that. Like, I just...
Yeah, that's not gonna end well for anybody, right? He's not gonna wait for the cops to solve the problem. He didn't. So that's all I'm saying.
This is very true.
But back to Ted Lasso season 4, Queese. What I'm trying to
yes.
say is it's very good. It's very good. I cannot wait to see more of it. And it's just it's a show everybody should watch. Season 3 gets a bit weird. I'll give you that. That turned into a weird season, and so weird that the main character, Jason
Maybe don't
something.
ruin it for everybody.
No, not ruining it. No, I'm saying what I'm trying to say is Jason said that like if season 3 kind of writing happens again, he would not do season 4.
Oh, I did hear that he wasn't planning on coming back. So,
No, that there was a promise, and basically, they told him that we'll never do that again. And here's the script, and let us know if you'll come back, basically. And they pay him a bunch of money too. Without him, you don't have the show.
Right.
Everybody else is really good in it, and they really are. But Jason by far makes the show, hands down. Like Roy Kent, very good actor, is an awesome person too, and everybody else is really good too. Without Ted, though, the show's not there. So, like, he was really the deciding factor if it was even going to happen, and they finally convinced him, and glad he came back. Kind of like, did you hear? Speaking of this kind of same thing, Pirates of the Caribbean 6.
Ooh, I
Right?
did not hear that.
Is going to have. I'm blanking on his name, Quace. The guy that plays Jack Sparrow,
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp, has agreed to do it.
Oh wow.
He's not the main character, right? And not because of they don't like him. It's because it's a different story, right, than you think it would be. But just so you know, people that are great roles in shows and movies come back. So if you've not watched season 4 of Ted Lasso, watch the first episode and now the second, and let us know what you think of it in the comments below.
Indeed.
Maybe convince Quasey finally start watching it. So because I haven't apparently. So yeah, there's that.
It's not that you can't. It's not that you can't convince me. It's just I don't have time, and I have a list of shows I need to get through.
Okay,
like this summer, I was trying to get through Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and I was unsuccessful in finishing it. I think I ended around season 4, and I think there's 8 of them. So, I'll get to it. It's like I genuinely have a list. I'm genuinely going down the list. I do too.
There's a lot to watch.
I need to finish the latest season of Tulsa King.
Ooh, so good too.
And I'm gonna have to find a way to do that, like this semester, because obviously school starts for me. Next week?
That is a really good show.
If I could figure out how to let's see. I should be free Monday and Tuesday. Like I shouldn't have too many responsibilities on those 2 days. Just binge it right then and there. Like that might be what I do. So you guys will hear about it if I do, and because Monday is the day right before we record. So yeah.
Have you started Landman at all?
I have not. That is also on the list.
Oh my gosh, that's such a good one too. Basically, the shows from Taylor Sheridan are really good. Like just seriously awesome. Landman's coming back soon. Tulsa King as well, and then Marshalls as well.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard of Marshalls.
You just haven't heard of Marshalls, huh?
Yeah, I don't think so, unfortunately.
Really? The guy from Yellowstone? You watch Yellowstone?
I have not watched Yellowstone. Was on the list, but then I decided to take it off.
Don't take it off the list. Are you serious?
The list was getting entirely too extensive.
Quasey.
I
you just have
a lot
to.
Of shows.
Oh my gosh, that's a good one. Like, you can watch the whole show. You don't have to wait.
Yeah, I mean, but do you know how long that show is?
I've watched it. I do know how long it's. I'm not saying watch it all in one day. Watch an episode or 2 a week or something, right?
Yeah, I mean, when am I going to find the time to do that?
You make time for things that are important to you. That's all I'm saying.
No, I don't.
Right now, if you got a call from someone named Ted or something like that, right? Said Quasey, if you hop on a plane right now, meet me in somewhere in Maine, right? I'm giving you $55 million.
I'm there, but that's
made
because
the time for it.
No, that's because. So you have to realize
Quasey would walk off the podcast right now. I wouldn't blame him.
On the x-axis, we have. This is the x-axis. On the x-axis, we have my time, and then on the y-axis is what it's worth, right? If 2 hours of my time to him is worth $55 million, that's a lot more than the $15 that I've already established my time is at least worth, right?
Yeah.
So obviously, if it goes over that slope, right, that's something I'll do. But because I don't get paid to watch shows and I don't really care for my own enjoyment with shows, because I read books and I play video games. It's enough,
I get that. All that being said, Quasey this morning is recording with less than 3 hours of sleep. So I gotta give him props. He has a very tight schedule. He makes it time and time again for this podcast. I want to say thank you.
Of course,
I know
anytime, dude.
you're like you always put yourself with too much to do. Just so you know, breathing is almost like a second inning you have to do. I don't know how you have time to.
I try not to think about it because when I start thinking about it, I can't focus on other things.
I'm just saying,
I'll forget how to breathe for a couple seconds. It's really bad.
And then they've got school.
I've just forgotten. Oh my goodness,
school coming too. So props to Quasey for making time for this. I know it's super early in the morning. I understand that.
Oh, that nobody knows
I've had
that.
adjusted too.
Yeah,
I woke up this morning
really
before
bright,
farmers did. I promise you.
Really bright studio, so nobody would ever know.
I was up at 2:40 a.m. this morning, Quasey.
Good Lord.
Just because I'm I don't want to be late. He's got a tight schedule. I know it, and we're gonna make things happen. So, yeah. So, any case, quick, let's go to the next one. This one kind of threw me off a little bit. Not in a bad way, though.
All right, give me 2 seconds. My tab has just disappeared. Hey, have you ever played with Hot Wheels? Or, for the ladies in the audience, Barbie lovers? Where we at? Huh? Anyhow, if you didn't know, those toys are made by Mattel. And they just established Mattel Game Studios because they want to develop, publish, and operate titles based on the brand's company portfolio, right? So you'll see stuff like Hot Wheels, Barbie, and those are the only two that I know off the top of my head whatsoever. But they plan on making games, and I think that this is really cool.
Uno. Let's not forget about Uno.
Uno is one of their IPs. And here's the thing, right? I've seen some companies just absolutely capitalize on their IP. Like Disney. With Disney, have you ever heard of Disney Infinity?
I have.
That might have been the best game of the PS3 era. Because of the way they capitalized on all their IPs, brought them together, put them into one game, right? If I see a Barbie game where she can drive a Hot Wheel, that's kind of cool, Like
the best example of that now, in today's society, would be Dreamlight Valley. Have you heard of that?
I have not, no.
My wife is hooked on that game, and I play it. It's a great game. It does require a lot of time. Essentially, for people who don't know about this game, you have to clean up your village, right? There's these evil, thorn things all over the place. You have to fix that. And then you have to bring people back. So you have to do quest line things to bring them back, make sure they move back into the village, and then if they're off site, you bring them also back. They made this. It's by it's like Pixar, and then it's everything, right? It's Disney's characters, right? Yeah. And you bring them all back to the village, and you do their quests and stuff like that. And it's ever growing in a constant basis. And they're doing it's not Capcom. Who makes the game? Crying out loud. I can't remember the game company who's making it now.
Yeah, I mean, it's typically kind of hard to remember when you're on the spot. That's actually a really big one. I don't know how you forgot them.
It just escaped me this morning. But this came out in 2022, and this game is hyper popular. You don't understand, Quasi. It is ridiculous how popular this game is.
No, I get it.
It's a fun game, but I'm so far behind. It would take me 72,000 hours or whatever to catch up. My wife is. It's insane. I'm not saying she plays it all the time. She has dedicated more time to it than I have, right? But it's kind of the same concept. It's all the characters bringing. You get to talk to them, do things with them, have fun. It's kind of cool. So anyway, it's like an example of that they're bringing everything together with one thing. But as you were, sorry, Quasi, for kind of cutting you off.
No, you're completely fine. I forgot what I was saying anyway, so.
What's cool about this that I'm thinking is just that, just think of Hot Wheels alone and how good is Need for Speed or Ford, stuff like that. You can bring in so many different ideas with that alone, right? And bringing things together. And, look at Toy Story in a sense. They brought in Barbie to do certain things, right? For instance, and you have a lot of different ways that she could capitalize on that. And I just think this is a great thing for them. I mean, we saw Hot Wheels get brought into Forza, right? Which is kind of cool. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
There's a whole, I think it's 5, I think. They have Hot Wheels expansion or something like that.
That is awesome.
It was really kind of cool. So just thinking about what they could do with this, I was actually pretty impressed. And I just want to see how they do this because there's a lot you can do. It's like Uno alone, right? Yes, same kind of game over and over, but look at No Mercy. I would wreck Quasi in No Mercy. There's no question about that.
No, you would wreck our friendship. That's all you would wreck. I wouldn't lose.
You would. If you play the way I play. First of all, game that I play could last 2 to 4 hours for one game.
For one game? Yeah, I mean, you would just I just wouldn't play all that.
Well, you would lose. You would lose before that time. I'm just saying, it's how long it take. Just because I stack. So you do a draw of 2, I stack that. You keep going until someone can't. So there have been times I've had to draw 22 cards. from just draw 2s. Let's just put it that way.
That's terrible.
Let's draw 8s, draw 4s. That, like, okay, Quasi, can you pull up the Uno No Mercy, just the box? There's a phrase that explains the entire game better than I could ever imagine. And you'll understand. I have it in my car, by the way. It's with me at all times now, in its own case, because I love it. It had the expansion pack for it, too. The best Uno game that's ever been created, ever. Hands down.
Holy
Mattel, if you're listening, super wonderful, awesome game. So Grace is going to pull up so you can see it. Okay, what's that phrase underneath it say? Can you zoom in?
It says brutal, ruthless, unapologetic, non-heart, Gandalos. Yeah, I just think this is in different languages.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
brutal, ruthless, and unapologetic. It's like controlled chaos. It doesn't hurt people besides their feelings, right? Hopefully it doesn't hurt people. But what I'm saying, though, is like that is the best 3 words that describes this game. It is a bit crazy, but it's so fun. Like, you're not playing this game,
which is quite expensive for a game.
It's like way more cards than most other games. And it has to be. So it's awesome. You might have in your hand. Like when I play, I've had 52 cards in my hand before.
Oh wow!
But I actually love it. You know why? Because they're about to get fury unleashed from what's in my hand.
Yeah, I mean you have to have at least 2 draw 22s in that hand, otherwise, did they even shuffle the deck? You know.
It's just like I don't think you understand. Can I find it? No, I'm not gonna find my hand recently. I had taken pictures of when I was playing last. I had like 4 draw 4s, 6 draw 8s, 7 draw 2s, something like that. So it's like it wasn't even fair for the next person. I had like 1 number, so I wrecked them, and that's how it be when I play you. So trying to say it's Mattel, great job.
If you think
I look forward. I just know so. It's okay. Like Quasi has that smile now until he loses. And he needs a Kleenex box, so it's okay.
I just wouldn't lose.
Okay, well. Okay.
Yeah, do you want me to take the next one? I think I think I just took the. Oh, okay. I'll still take it. Are you sure you don't want me to take the one after this? Never mind. I'll just take this one.
No, we should. We should do that.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah. Crazy is going to pull this image for you, and I've seen this on TikTok and various other platforms, and I want this so badly. So badly. If it doesn't harm people, mind you. Like, what are you talking about, Adam? Let's bring this up. The futuristic mosquito zapping laser is now available. Before, I thought it was just like an AI thing, right?
Yeah,
so
it was pretty AI.
This little, like, hammer-looking device, it's kind of interesting when Casey gets it pulled up. This is a device that detects mosquitoes mid-flight, like what you see in the military for, like, enemy, airships or whatever, missiles, and zaps them and takes them out in a good way. I cannot tell you. If I had like 3 wishes legitly on Earth and they actually came true, the very first one without hesitation would be that every mosquito that exists on this planet Earth, actually in all of universes, mankind, wherever, right? Life, all of life, mosquitoes die. I cannot stand these little pricks. They seek you. They make you feel uneasy when they're around you. When you hear them and you can't see them, it's even worse. And if like this morning, there was a mosquito in my car, and I fought a battle, and I did succeed, and he didn't survive. But like, I don't feel any remorse when I kill them because they are just little pricks. I can't stand them. They are just they bite you and can give you diseases and stuff like that. They try to take your blood from you, and I'm in pain for it. I don't like them. So this device, if it works as well as it's supposed to work, I want to put 30 of these in my property so I can walk them onto my property and not worry about mosquitoes. Now, here's the thing. I'm very sure it doesn't hurt like me or my family, or like, let's say a dog or a cat, or whatever. I don't want to get hurt, but like if it can just actually take out mosquitoes, I welcome it. I welcome it. I hate them so much.
It sounds
And
a little bit too good to be true, don't you think?
the difference is it's actually now a thing. And there's been videos, and I don't know if they're AI or not, where people have made these things, and you see them in real time do their job and do it well. And I applaud this. It does sound too good to be true, but this solves major problems. Like, we have them here, Kwesi, right? But like in other countries, it's a really bad thing, right? Causing diseases and everything else.
In Africa.
Oh
Africa's
my
not a
gosh,
country,
it's terrible.
obviously, but like we hear about like Zika and stuff all the time. So
Yeah. So if this works well, like, let's start a GoFundMe or something so everybody that exists could have one of these, right? To just get rid of these little pricks. Like I'm talking about right now, and my arm itches. You know, like
Oh,
I hate them so much because like when you hear that little sound and they're there but you can't find them, or now mosquitoes this era. This is what they do, Kwesi. It just gets on my nerves. Like you could see them like on something and you go bam, oh I got them, and they're not there. You didn't get them at all. How's that possible? They're evading death, which is I guess what every species tries to do. What I'm saying though is how can they like not die when you smack something so fast that nothing on earth could stop it, but like they're somehow just not there. I don't get it. So what I'm trying to say is I don't want them anymore here. I hate them. Like no mosquito could bribe me enough to like allow them to be around me. Like I don't care if they have $600 billion or
really,
more.
I feel like I'd let mosquitoes be around me for $600 billion.
Nope. Wouldn't even be a second thought.
Do you know what I could do with $600
not to bite me. Like they're just chilling because they want a place to get out of the rain. Like I wouldn't even do that because like it's like a terrorist saying, "Can I stay at night?" And I promise you that this bomb won't go off. It's just for show. Like you're gonna trust that? Nope, no. Like you're not gonna trust a mouse to not eat your food or your ants or whatever, right? They're not gonna just not. They're gonna do it. And this is the thing that can they just like be a sponsor and send us one so we can try it out? Like, can we make that happen?
That would be lovely.
Because my dad's house is like I think there's more mosquitoes there than anywhere else on earth. I think.
Does he live in a swamp?
No, he's just by a river, and even though it moves, doesn't mean that there's not mosquitoes. We probably have like. In a 1 foot span, like 55,000 of them. There's just too many of them.
Wow.
I can't go outside, Kwesi, enjoy the nice weather. I can't.
That is terrible.
So anyway, okay, we gotta kind of push forward because I know Kwesi has to get going soon.
Yeah. Okay, so the last topic for today is going to be this article from Tweaktown where Jacob Novak, who is a former business development director at Square Enix, made some arguments regarding the impact of phasing out physical games on digital pricing. And I think he made some pretty decent arguments, right? His first argument was that, one, because of like Sony's price in the PlayStation Store has been directly, how do you put it, like attached to the price of physical games, right? So you can't have what they were doing is you can't have a physical game cost $70 and then the digital version costs less on a regular basis because obviously there's a price discrepancy there, and they have to maintain that parity with their physical retail pricing, right? And so he's arguing that because that price anchoring of the discs is leaving, prices first and foremost are going to go down, which is an argument that I've made before. I just put it out there. He's also given the argument that because there's not going to be physical constraints, publishers are going to have to compete directly against each other on that digital storefront to capture player interest, similar to how sales and prices are evolving dynamically on Steam, right? So we could also see, okay, this is 2K26, but let's say EA comes back out with NBA Live, right? And they price their NBA Live $10 cheaper than 2K. Now I had to sit there and think to myself, okay, is 2K going to be worth $10 more to me? Especially because I know I'm going to have to go buy VC and invest a lot of time and money into this game? Or can I get EA's game for less? And then, first and foremost, competition is the greatest thing for businesses, in my opinion, right? Without competition, nobody wants to get better. Nobody wants to do better at anything. But, wow, like, my nose is just so stuffy today. But like I was saying, he's saying that it's going to drive competition. And then he clarifies that that the publishers are setting the prices for their games, not Sony, right? So, in his view, storefront competition mainly affects platform revenue cuts rather than consumer retail prices, whereas publisher competition directly drives down consumer costs over a game's life cycle. Right? But we have seen some counter arguments. Like there was a Dutch lawsuit against Sony showing that digital PlayStation games have average cost of more than 47% of their disc counterparts, right? Like further on into the lifetime. And then I just can't breathe. Give me 2 seconds. Right. So, and then despite the vast majority of console game sales that have already been occurring digitally for years, neither the PlayStation Network or the Nintendo eShop have adopted anything close to Steam's aggressive discounts. Like, let's say the Steam Summer Sale. Holy guacamole, there were games that were 95% off. But unfortunately, despite the majority of their consoles having digital-only purchases, we just haven't seen anything close to that level of discount. So he said Novak himself acknowledged that his theory is speculative, and, you know, hopefully some of the stuff is true. Like, if we can see his retail price anchoring argument be seen in real time, then maybe 2K29 isn't going to be as expensive as the absolute ban that I'm about to drop on 2K20, whichever one this is. All right.
27?
Yeah, I just don't know what year it is anymore. So.
Well, it's not 27 now, but, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it will be 27 eventually.
Quasi, I seen something in this that I just didn't get.
What's that?
Jacob said in a tweet, without physical disc holding digital hostage, we'll see larger spectrum of pricing similar to Steam. My brain's locking up right now as I said it out loud because I don't comprehend this. It just doesn't even the slightest make a difference with the prices for a digital game versus. He's muted on the podcast. That does not mean I didn't hear what just happened. Sorry. It doesn't mean for a second that the price is affected from digital to disc. Okay, it just isn't. I buy most of my games digitally. Actually, all of them at this point. I'm not totally against buying something digital. There are drawbacks to it, okay, as we discussed in this podcast. But you have great discounts with digital and sometimes. But this is not. Let's be very clear. There's not the Steam level discounts for like the winter, summer, spring, all these other sales like you see from Steam on like PlayStation or Xbox. They have some. But you're not going to see like Sony say, guys, today through March 2nd, you're going to see Spider-Man series for 22 cents or, you know, $1.50 or $2.
Obviously, first-party titles are just never going to be that low. But
okay, but like the first Spider-Man came out when, Quasi? How long ago did it come out?
I don't know.
The first one.
When it
sorry, the remastered first Spider-Man game.
I have no clue, to be quite honest with you. It's probably like 2018, if I had to guess.
2020. So you're telling me a game that's 6 years old now can't be discounted? Like
it can be
for $10?
Dude, that's the price I bought it for. I bought it for $11.
On what?
On PlayStation.
But Steam might have it for like $4 or less.
And
right? I know Sony has to okay that, right?
I just don't think you had it for $4. What's the lowest price Spider-Man has been on Steam? $23.99.
Okay, maybe that's a bad example, but I'm saying that there's been some really good deals on Steam. What I'm saying, though, is this. Right now, a game that's on digital does not fully come on the disc. Sorry. Game that's on disc does not fully come on the disc. You have to still download some of the game immediately, right? That's because disc can only hold 100 gigabytes, and that's about it right now. So when you see that kind of restraint, I get part of the reason of this issue. But there's companies making a disc that's going to hold a terabyte, which can even hold GTA 6 on a disc. And copying from a disc to your PS5 will be way faster than going online and downloading it. It's just facts. And if you have fast speeds of internet, it doesn't matter. The Sony server is not going to let you have the full speed that you can get on your network. So I just think that it doesn't cost that much to maintain doing this. There's still a market of people who want this. Don't get rid of it. That's what I'm trying to say. I like digital as much as anybody else does. But there are issues where if you get banned or they remove something from the store or whatever, you won't have it ever again sometimes, right? The disc ensures that sometimes. So, like, we're going back and forth with this argument, but I don't know if I agree with what this person's saying personally, because it should not affect the price of a digital game or on disc if disc goes away.
I definitely think it's going to affect it, regardless of what we think, because first and foremost, again, he made a great point by saying if you'd have no, like, first and foremost, let's do it like this. If I have an apple, right? No, that's a terrible idea. This is not an analogy that's going to work. Let's say I have NBA 2K27, right? And I know that this case with the disc inside is worth $70, right? If I get rid of the case and the disc inside, as a gamer, I'm going to look at it. I'm going to say, so the physical version was X amount of money. But now they don't offer a physical version anymore. Right? Not that I was ever buying the physical version. Right? But now I'm going to look at it and say, I'm not getting that collector's item. Why on earth are these people trying to have me pay $70? Right? They can lower the price by $10. Actually, I would love to see them lower the price by $10 next year.
Are you talking about the retailer or Sony on
the retailer
digital store?
So the retailer set the price of the game. So that's why we see a game like GTA 6 be what? I think it's $70.
Not the retailer.
I promise you, the retailer set the price of the game.
Okay, hold up. There is, if you can believe this, Quasi, MSRP, which stands for what?
The manufacturer's suggested retail price. Like, who do you think the manufacturer is of the game?
The people making it.
That's what I think we're agreeing, but we're just saying it in different ways.
No, you just said the retailer sets the price of the game.
Sorry. I was saying retailer. I meant the person who's making the game. So
okay.
The developer set the price of the game.
Okay.
Sense. That's what I meant to say.
That's what we agree on.
Yeah.
We agree you just said the wrong word. Okay.
Yeah, I said the wrong word.
So what it comes down to, though, the retailer selling it sets a final cost, kind of, right? Because to my understanding, there's not a developer that says you gotta sell this game at this price, right? Because there's like a $10 margin basically from a game, just so everybody knows, which is it's reasonable, but most of that goes to the developer, right? So, which is good. What I'm saying though is, here's my argument: if a game costs $70 because it's a disc version at a store, there should be no reason why the digital version of that same game is the same price. And this is their argument. This guy is saying that it should be cheaper buying it from the PS Store online. It's not. It's the same price.
It's just not always the same price.
But it's not always the same price in the stores either. There's discounts and things in the stores as well.
Yeah, but right? I will say I've seen... So it really depends on how well the game performed. If I see, like... Let's give an example of... Let's say I want to buy FIFA 26, right? And it's any time within the game's lifespan that's before the next game comes out. I'm just not seeing that game for less than $40 in physical. But because I might have EA Plus or whatever the EA subscription is, I can get an additional amount of money off that, if that makes sense. So like the discounts I'll see when I'm coming to purchase the game on my PlayStation are going to be, maybe I could get the game for $30, you know?
And you might, and that's not the point I'm making with this. What I'm saying though is, if the reason why that game is $70 at the store, because there's a disc involved, there's the cartridge, the disc, the case, the whole works, right? Distribution, everything else, and then the retailer's profit. If that's the reason for it, then the games on digital should be cheaper, because there is no there's the servers and the storage. I get all that, right? But there is no shipping it with from warehouse to warehouse. There is no Best Buy or whatever getting the game, stocking it on the shelves, and then selling it. That's taken away. So that means there's more money being made on digital, right, from when it first comes out. I'm not saying it's the sales discounts. I'm talking about day one of release. Sony makes more money you buying on digital than they do when the store, right?
Perhaps.
It's not perhaps. It's a fact.
I mean, I can't verify that.
It's
Actually,
a fact.
I can do a quick Google search.
You take away every middleman that makes money along the way. It's a fact. They're not making. So Spider-Man that comes out, or Wolverine that's coming out, right, very soon, the next couple of weeks or something.
Oh my goodness, I can't wait.
So they're making more money that's selling the game for $70 on PS Store than they do in the stores. It's a fact.
Hey,
right? That's just because they're making 100% of the money. They're not.
I want to put it out there that they make 100% of the money on their digital games. Like, it's not like they're going to make 100% of the money on Red Dead Redemption 2.
That's true, but they make more.
I would assume so.
Yeah, that's all I'm trying to say. But it should be cheaper. Like Quasi, we know that Switch 2 game costs more on the shelves, right?
Yeah, which is just nobody's buying those anyway. So it's like
they are though. They are. I've seen it. I've seen it done.
And you didn't stop them.
Not even
you
on
hate
the
you
cartridge.
hate the community. You hate the community. Why wouldn't you stop them? Why didn't you put your hand on their shoulder? Hey, pal.
Because Quasi, they already bought a Switch 2, and they're already too far gone.
Oh, you're right. But don't let them keep making bad decisions. When they're having a midlife crisis,
they're
they
not
just need
going to
somebody.
listen to me.
They just
I've already
need
tried to
somebody
convince people
to
that bought
check in.
Switch 2, and it was a terrible choice. And they're like, I really want to play Mario Kart 7 or World, whatever. I'm like, man, you got me there. I want to play it too.
Yeah, I want to play Mario Kart World too. I think that's the only good game on there.
I just don't want to spend that egregious amount of money for a console that I believe is a disgusting attempt at what they're doing in the game industry. You know, they don't get that. It's not that I hate what they're doing as a company for making games. It's they're making bad choices for their what they're doing in the hardware sector, and the people are just like, oh, I don't care, I'm writing it anyway. You know, like that's what I'm trying to say. But like, they're gonna do it regardless. Like, there are people that don't listen to us at all from what our opinions on this podcast, and it's sad. Yeah. We're here to educate the minds sometimes, and and I don't know. I've come to the conclusion that there's going to be times that people don't agree with me, and that's fine. But you cannot say that I did not give you some of the facts before you made your decision.
Just some of them, though, not all of them.
Like Quasi still buys a PS5 and thinks that's better than Xbox. Like, it's just crazy to me.
Actually, let me tell you something. My friend Jake, he's
nuts.
also one of my roommates. He came into my room the other day. He's like, Quasi, I'm thinking about buying a PlayStation. All right, here's the thing that got me. His Xbox is sitting right there, right? Xbox Series X, got the disc. I'm like, so Jake, what makes you want to get a PlayStation? He's like, man, there's just some games I really want to play, like Spider-Man. Of course you want to play Spider-Man. That's, like, honestly, I think Spider-Man might be driving PlayStation sales more than anything else. Right? But he said Spider-Man. And he said, I also want to play 2K with you. I honestly just think the PlayStation's a better console overall because I've been having a lot of fun on yours, right? I said, okay. But you own an Xbox, right? You can play all the same games with the exception of Spider-Man. He said, I don't really care. This is what he said. He said, I don't really care. Now, granted, I think he's a little bit biased right now because he just bought a Sony Bravia sound system for his for our apartment, and when you plug in the PlayStation to that sound system, whoa! Oh my goodness! Let me tell you something.
Okay.
I'm telling you, I was immersed in my game.
Can I just pause you for 1 second?
Yeah, you can. Go ahead.
So do you realize that for the same reasons you do not want to buy a Switch 2 to play Mario Kart World and the new Pokemon games and so on, right? You're buying a PlayStation to play Spider-Man, Wolverine, and so on.
I disagree with that completely.
You are.
No, the reasons I'm not buying.
Okay.
Wait, I think you're lost on the reasons I'm not buying a Switch 2. It's a completely anti-consumer friendly console. They can brick my console whenever they want, and the games cost $10 more in real life. What the heck? Those are the reasons I'm not buying it.
Sony is adjusting their strategies to take off games off other platforms like Steam, so you had to buy it on PS.
Yeah. Whoop-de-doo. I have a PlayStation. That's not affecting me negatively.
Quasi, if you liked, let's say, Halo, and you liked Gears of War and some other Xbox exclusives, and they took those off PlayStation, and you really wanted to play them, would you not be upset a little bit?
Whoop-de-doo, I have
PlayStation.
Spider-Man. I just think Spider-Man is the greatest exclusive of all time, and
what I'm saying is just that concept.
Are severely outweighed by the pros.
Just that concept, though.
I know, it really sucks. Like, genuinely,
we're removing a whole sector of gamers to play our games because we feel like that you should buy our console that we only make $5 off of, so you can play our games.
Yeah,
why is that? Why is that okay?
It's okay because
so
it's
stupid.
Competition. Right?
Quasi, it's
so
not that at all.
To make the better game, right?
Quasi.
If you have
take away that whole thing.
If they had a better game,
I will
I'd
admit
buy
Spider-Man's a great game. It's an awesome game.
I don't think you.
No, but listen.
Great isn't enough for Spider-Man.
Why must I buy their console to play it? That's so dumb.
Do you have to buy their console to play Spider-Man? No, it's on Steam, right?
No,
you're gonna have to buy it to play Wolverine.
The new one, moving forward, every game that Sony makes is off of Steam.
Yeah,
egregious. Dumb.
I don't think it's that bad.
Idiotic.
I don't think it's that bad.
Do you know what Xbox is doing, Quasi? Let's just move forward to the next Xbox console.
They've lost the console war. That's why. Like, they have
I can
to
play
adjust.
Xbox games on the same console.
I think we're not understanding how bad they have to adjust.
That they win.
Because they've lost.
No, they've
Once you lose, you go back to the drawing board and you try to save face.
Quasi,
right?
Quasi.
It's just very clear. All right, let's look at the statistics. Let me open a new tab and we'll look at these statistics together.
When you remove people that want to play a game from the actual numbers, you lose. You lose.
Oh, so we're definitely in the 8th, 9th generation, and I put 2nd generation. I don't know what. So, wow.
See, this can help your case.
Wow.
Here's what I'm trying to say, Quasi.
Wait, this is the good Nintendo Switch, though. This isn't the bad one.
Here's what I'm trying to say. My point is this. I'm not saying that Quasi should not buy the PS5. What I'm saying is this. If I want to play a game, do not make me buy a whole console just to play your game. Nintendo is the exception because they're doing their own thing they have for years. And we understand that.
This is really impressive for the the Switch.
But what I'm saying, though, Quasi, is this. You already had your stuff on Steam, for instance. Stop that disgusting choice that you're going to take it off of Steam because you want me to buy your PS5 that you make $5 on. Do you get what I'm saying, though?
I do.
Yeah.
Yo, they're selling an Xbox Series X for $49.99 or for $44. Yo, this is a purchase. I've clicked the link. I'm definitely about to get scammed by Newegg.
Oh, yeah. Things happen there.
No, this is just a Forza Horizon 5 bundle.
Just my point, Quasi. Like, did you realize that Sony has set up right now where you don't even have to buy a PS5 to play the games?
Yeah, I mean, good for them.
So if that's an option, why are they making you buy a PS5 to play the game still?
Hold on, I'm seeing something I didn't realize before.
What?
Why is this only 4K 60 to my 4K 120?
Because there's a newer PS5 than there's an Xbox?
Just simply not true at all.
There is.
I guess there's a PlayStation 5 Pro.
The Series X is the latest Xbox. When did that come out, Quasey?
When did it come out? In 2020?
Yeah. And when the PS5 Pro thing, whatever it is.
The PS5 Pro is comparable to the Xbox, the 2 terabyte Galaxy Edition, though. So those two aren't. Don't worry, I do it so that everyone can see it.
2024. 2024 came out.
Was when the PS5 Pro came out.
Yes.
Now, it should really be doing this against the. I don't think it's doing this comparison against the.
And 4 years earlier is when the Xbox Series X came out.
You know what it's called? Gosh.
Should be better.
The Series X Galaxy
When people do that to me, like, oh my gosh, the Xbox LAX
the Series
is way
X
better than the
Galaxy
Steam Deck.
Edition came out in October 2024.
Do you know what they changed with that, Quasey?
Yeah, they gave it a 2
storage.
terabyte SSD.
It's not really a new console. It's just a console with more storage.
Yeah, and it's insanely expensive for a
recent
console with just a storage upgrade.
But they didn't do like the Xbox Series Y or whatever, right? The PS5 Pro is like a chipset change and motherboard change, and everything else internally is changed. It's redone everything.
This is true.
So like that's not a comparison.
Hey Adam, I'm loving the conversation we're having right now, but I just peeped the clock and it's 6:40. And I have to be somewhere in less than 20 minutes. So
okay,
unfortunately, we have to start wrapping up.
So what I'm trying to say is, like in my head, I'm more and more like not liking the console wars and just saying just stop it, just let me play stuff. And people might think that the Xbox bringing in Steam is going to ruin Xbox, but it just makes it enhanced. It has. There's no way it's going to make it worse. How they work with that, I don't know 100%. What's nice about it is if I have a huge Steam library, I can play on my Xbox now, right? Same way if I can play lots of my games that's on Xbox on my PC, right? It's a good little handoff in the sense, right? So I don't. This is why Sony's making me mad. They're just making bad choices right now. Even people of the Sony fan base are not liking Sony right now. Facts?
I'm not people. Let me make that very clear. I'm not people.
The good majority of them are hating it. And that's the point, and they don't care. And that's the point I'm trying to make. Xbox is doing good things.
Hey, I want to put it out there. I don't know if you saw it, but there was a leaked Beyond the Spider-Verse trailer. And that's another great thing Sony's doing. Holy guacamole,
Sony's
that movie looks amazing.
Games. That's not.
No, it's not a game. Beyond the Spider-Verse is the movie that I've been waiting for 5 years to come out. But hey, I'm not upset.
Great games, great movies. Not denying that at all. But let me play them on what I want to play them on.
Right.
Like, what if Quasey did not know that Sony was removing their games off of Steam and he bought a Steam Deck and Steam machine, so his PS5? How pissed off would Quasey be?
Quasey would feel like an idiot because now he can't play 2K anymore. Now he can't do half the things he
play
does.
2K.
No, you can't play 2K online with all the good players. I'd be playing against just deck people. And I just don't want to do that,
I'm trying to maintain myself right here.
No, you're not understanding. I need to have an Xbox or a PlayStation to play 2K. I'm not playing it on deck.
That's the developer's fault that you can't cross.
No, it's not.
Platform play.
No,
it is.
Have you seen what they do on 2K on
I'm
Steam?
just saying.
Oh my goodness,
it's 2K doing that. It's not Sony, not Xbox.
The way they mod that game. Oh my goodness. Let me show you. You're not understanding what I'm saying.
I do understand, Quasey. But maybe I want to play you on my Steam Deck, right? It's just how it is. Just how it is. I've seen it.
Yeah,
I've seen the egregious cheers and all. I get what you're saying. I get that.
Like, they look like monsters, and this just isn't showing it.
Just ban those people and then proceed. Done.
All right.
That's how you solve that. Okay, product and app of the week. Let's do this. You want to start, Quasey?
Sure. My app of the week is going to be. I think last week I did Marvel Unlimited. So this week I'm doing DC Universe Infinite. Just like Marvel Unlimited, this is DC's comics, and I've had this subscription a lot longer. I think it's also $10 a month, but it just gives you basically every comic DC's ever written, and you can just read them. And I will say, Marvel makes better movies, but in my opinion, DC's always had better comics, or they've had my preferred comics. So I would say give it a shot. Maybe read a little bit of Batman, read a little bit of Flash. Those are my two favorite heroes to read. I also read some Superman, some Green Lantern. Blue Beetle is one that I picked up recently that I wasn't expecting to like.
I don't know what that even is.
Yeah, he's a guy who
cool.
who's trapped in an alien suit. But then my project of the week. So I've been telling everybody for I've been on the game on 2K, and I'm like, I'm not getting 2K27. I hate this game. This game's trash. I'm not getting 2K27. My product of the week is 2K27. Let me tell you something. Yesterday they did the announcement, and they were like, yeah, we're adding co-op My Career. You mean I could throw lobs to my best friend in the story mode? Oh, yeah, we're getting this game. All right, they also announced a lot of other cool features, but that's the main one I was worried about. So, co-op My Career is the coolest thing I've ever heard of, and I will be playing this game.
Are you getting the Ultra Edition?
Absolutely not. Now, here's what really gets me.
If you can believe it, it's 10% off.
I get 10% off because I own 2K26. If you own 2K26, they'll give you 10% off on the Ultra Edition.
Or
that's not enough.
Steam.
That's just not enough.
You just get it on Steam for 10% off, even if you're not.
Adam, I thought you owned 2K26 at some point.
I do. Doesn't say anywhere here. Oh, loyalty discount. I guess it is the same thing. I don't think I'll be buying that.
No, I would not be buying the Ultra Edition at all. I just don't have the funds.
Do you know if it's deck verified or going to be?
It's probably not. I didn't pay attention that much to the announcement. I was looking for one thing. But I can get you that information
I will
today.
let you know that 2K26 and back is deck verified, so they should.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume that they would keep that trend going.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I just thought it was interesting that you buy it on disc.
Well, I didn't buy it on disc. I just wanted to I couldn't.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, is he buying it on disc because he still can?
No. I won't be buying it on disc. I will be buying it on the PlayStation Store.
Okay. My app of the week is Knowability. School is coming soon to a lot of students near you. This is an app that's kind of really cool. Not just another note-taking app. It offers a lot of great functions. You can do flashcards and a bunch of other stuff. It helps the students to be students, right? And does iCloud sync and everything else. And if you have an iPad or Windows or whatever, it just syncs to everything. And millions of people love this app. It's fantastic. And
it is.
That's my app of the week. My product of the week is right here. It's a Fifine. Boy, I can't remember the name of it. Sorry. Fifine AM8 microphone. Me and Quasey have been rocking this mic for quite some time for our podcast. Am I saying it's the best mic that ever existed? That's not what I'm saying at all, but what I'm saying is it is a very good mic for a very good price. It's on sale for $44.99. That's a good discount off of what they usually charge for, which is $60 almost. And it's a great mic that's very good sound, great clarity, everything else. You can do USB-C plus your XLR as well. And it is just so wonderful and solid. We used it for several years, and I know we're going to probably upgrade at some point to a better mic, but this is just fantastic. And Quasey can back me up on this. It's just a really good mic.
Yeah, it's pretty decent. No complaints.
Product and app of the week.
All
right, guys. Thank you for a fantastic episode. Let us know if you have any comments about the console wars and so on, and maybe you think Quasey, man, he really looks tired today. I'm not sure or not,
exhausted, but we will be exhausted until around 7 p.m. So
sorry to hear that. But
no,
he made it today. Give give him some props, guys. He made it today with making 2 hours of sleep basically because he had a rough night. So thanks, Gracie, for that.
Of course.
Well, everybody, have a fantastic, fantastic, wonderful week. Stay safe out there. Get prepped for school, all the students, if you're listening. And we can't wait to see you next time. Have a fantastic week.
All right. Bye, guys.
See ya.